Hello everyone, this is Bryant with SFOTSource.com, your premier guide to Six Flags Over Texas. We hope you enjoyed the two Fright Fest videos that we did. We know Fright Fest is still going on, and we know Holiday in the Park is not really right around the corner, but it's kind of the next big thing that's coming up at the park. But we actually learned about millions of dollars worth of enhancements, upgrades, changes coming to the park. So now that we have a little bit more information on that, I felt it was appropriate to do a whole video where we kind of highlight the things we know are happening and just kind of show you and explain to you what's going on. So this is a very exciting time to be coming to Six Flags Over Texas. You have new management at the park. You have new management at the corporate level who are very concerned about the guest experience and wanting things to be as good as possible, whereas in the past, not necessarily the top, thing they were going after. So, like I said, very exciting time to be coming to the Six Flags parks, especially Six Flags Over Texas. So, let's head inside. So before we head into the park, you can see La Vibora there in the background. As you know, the parking lot has probably seen better days. I don't know when that was, probably about 30 or 40 years ago. One of the things the new park president is really concerned with is curb appeal. So they are actually spending $2 million to work on the parking lot out here, to repave it and just get it in better shape, make it, more usable, better looking, of course. So they've actually already started in the overflow lots way down there, ripping that apart. So next time you ride Titan, make sure you look out that way because you can actually see that they've started on that. So this is something that will be going on through the end of the year. And like I said, $2 million worth of work going into this. So this is a very big project, but something that is much needed. We made our way to the Gotham City area over here at Mr. Freeze Reverse Blast. And one of the great things we recently learned is that by the end of the year, Mr. Freeze will be repainted. So, about to launch out of the tunnel right now. We don't know what the color is going to be. It's kind of a surprise, but this is a much needed thing. And we also learned that all of the major attractions out here, which I assume are probably roller coaster related, should be repainted by the end of 2023. So multi-million dollars worth of investments going into repainting, especially the things that can be seen from far away out here at the park.
If you want a better video, just go more down that way.
Thank you. One of the other big changes we learned about here in Gotham City is that they will be getting a third train for Batman the Ride, which is going by right now. And the main reason you would do this is so that when you have year-round operations, number one, now you do not have to close the ride to refurbish the trains. You can have a train being refurbished while the two other trains are operating. So it's strictly to improve capacity, throughput, guest experience. So no, they will not run 3 trains at a time, but they will have an extra train, much like they do for rides like Titan, New Texas Giant, Mr. Freeze. That way they can be refurbishing one while the other 2 are running, and it doesn't compromise the rider experience. To do is a construction tour of Aquaman Powerwave, so we'll be able to show you kind of more behind the scenes of that attraction.
should probably back down, go back, forward, back.
That's what he's calculating right now.
I'm pretty sure it'd be It's kind of weird that they still have that. Does it cover it with a gun?
Maybe.
It must be.
Like, if the train gets stuck, you just pull it back from the train.
Oh, that's odd.
And ones where the red games too. They literally put water on the.
You'll come out of that, you'll come back underneath the ride, and it'll queue from that side of the actual ride itself. So that building I described last night, where the Aquaman thing will be roughly about right here. Yeah, it'll be air conditioned. It'll be all that Aquaman theming you'll see. You'll come out of that building, come back underneath the ride, and then you'll load from that side of the track. And so the turntable, we can't get that far down, but you'll kind of see where the hole in the tracks are. That's where we've been doing the demo work on the foundation, and that's ultimately where the turntable will go.
I mean, that just tells you that.
So you can actually see right here where they've had to go in and demolish a lot of the existing station that they had already built, and of course they had to pull track out because this is where the turntable will be installed. Now, if you go and look this way, you'll see there's a gap around the building where Daffy Duck Bucket Blasters once stood, and the park did confirm last night that Daffy Duck Bucket Blasters will come back, just in a different spot because they do need that room for the turntable. So the other exciting thing that we learned is that Aquaman Powerwave will have an indoor portion of the queue. They're also kind of reimagining the themed queue experience, making it more immersive, and the same company that's worked on queues for Pirates of the Deep Sea, Daredevil Dive, Flying Machines, the Joker over at Fiesta, Texas, will be working on this queue. So you can expect something pretty high quality, and it's very exciting. So a couple things happened when they delayed this. Number one, we're going to get a much better queue experience. Number two, the ride will have much more throughput with a turntable because they'll be able to run 2 boats instead of 1. So this is definitely worth the wait. And of course we also learned that Pandemonium over here, which now sports a completely new paint scheme, is about 95% painted. It is reopened to the public. And like I said earlier, when we were over at Mr. Freeze Reverse Blast, you can expect all of the major attractions out here to be repainted by 2023. So very impressive project that they're taking on. And like I've said in the past, I definitely wouldn't be surprised if this is rethemed to go along with the fact that Aquaman's right here, and then of course you have Justice League Battle for Metropolis right close by as well. But the ride does look really good, and you do have to kind of put your eyes on it in person because the camera does kind of mess with that paint scheme a little bit. So one of the other very interesting things they said to us yesterday was that they really want to work on the enhancement of park areas. So distinguishing what the areas are, enhancing the theming inside of them, just making them more, you know, relatable, recognizable, like, oh, okay, I am in this area. And the park president said that he doesn't think Gotham City is done. So I'm walking back this way because I could only expect that he's talking about this back corner, or what we like to refer to as the new Gotham City area. So It's kind of interesting. I think within the next couple years, based off of the hints that they've given us, we can probably expect a lot of theming enhancements back here, and hopefully some trees, maybe. Some trees, or at least shade structure at the very least. But you know, it definitely looks like a parking lot carnival back here, and I know that's an awful thing to say, but it's true. So the fact that they might actually be, you know, doing major upgrades, millions of dollars worth of upgrades back here, is really good news. So one of the other really exciting things that's actually happening this season, and not a more long-term project, is they actually signed a deal with Auntie Anne's, the pretzel shop. So we've been told that there will actually be 2 of the Auntie Anne's pretzel shops coming to the park. We kind of highlighted this in our Fright Fest video very briefly. We don't know where they're going to be, but there's going to be 2, and they should be here before the end of 2021. So we got a little bit more of an explanation about this Looney Tunes Mall facade. So as you know, they tore down the 2D Looney Tunes facade. However, they will be doing an updated facade, and it'll be more of like a Times Square, Chicago type of layout, a little bit more showy, exciting, modern. It'll have some 3D touches and actually not be so 2D and cartoony, which will be great. And the park also does plan on doing some work on the inside as well, some remodeling work. So this is another big thing that should be happening as the season goes on. So one of the things we highlighted in our Fright Fest video is how the Six Flags Diamond Member Lounge is going to move over to the Antique Photo Emporium. It is currently down over in Primo's, so you should be able to expect that here in the very near future. And the final thing that we can confirm for today, so this was the old entrance to Gold River Adventure. However, we do now know that the entrance to Pirates of Spelunker Cave will be through the original entrance, which is right here. So that's going to be super awesome. We're looking forward to that, and it's just really cool to see them take some of the old concepts and kind of bring that nostalgia back. All right, everyone, that does it for this trip to Six Flags Over Texas. As you can see, there's a lot more going on behind the scenes than we really knew there for a while. So lots of exciting stuff. I think every time we come out to the park, there's going to be something new going on, something to report, some kind of improvement. So it really seems like there's going to be a lot of money going into here over the next few years to get things upgraded, and hopefully it'll kind of get Six Flags back to its old charm that it used to have. If y'all have any questions about the park, please let us know in the comments below. Also, make sure to check out sfotsource.com. There's tons of information about the park on there, construction updates, a history timeline, thousands of pictures. So we thank y'all for watching, and we'll see you soon at a theme park.